Good morning, MTSU in Rutherford County. I'm Emily Gibbons.
And I'm Katie Inman. Welcome to MT10 News. The Antioch church shooter has an official court date. Emmanuel Sampson will go before a judge this morning around 10:30. This will be his first appearance in court following the shooting of 7 people at Burnett Chapel Church of Christ. Check back into MT10's official Twitter page for updates following his court appearance.
And a Nashville Harley-Davidson was the victim of an early morning theft. Around 1 a.m., a male suspect was caught on surveillance breaking into Fessler Lane location and stealing a box of leather jackets. The suspect used a brick to break the glass window and was caught leaving in a Chevy black SUV. If anyone with information on the robbery should contact Crime Stoppers. And 2 suspects are on the run after a late night attempted robbery. Around 11 p.m., a man was leaving a Smoke for Less convenience store located on Gallatin Parkway in Madison when he saw 2 suspects attempting to break into his car. He immediately approached the suspects but was assaulted with a punch to the face and eventually opened fire. Both suspects fled the scene and the attempted robbery is still an open investigation.
Well, a Nashville double murder suspect is now in police custody. Pedro Teneo was classified as a suspect in the murder of 2 men at Maple Crest Apartments, with one of the men only being 18 years old. The victims were said to have been driving in Teneo's vehicle around the time that they were shot by the suspect who fled on foot. Teneo is currently being held for questioning.
And a Nashville father and stepmother have been charged with first-degree murder of their 5-year-old son. The Davidson County Grand Jury indicted Philip and LaTonya Gardner on felony charges, and they are currently being held in Metro Nashville Jail. They were charged after their son died in the hospital care following complaints of vomiting and headaches by the parents. They're being held on a $500,000 bond while details of the child's death are still being investigated.
And the wife of a Knoxville high school football coach has pled guilty to statutory rape. The charges come after Kelsey Carter was accused of having sex with one of the football players on her husband's team. The principal and assistant principal of the school were placed on temporary suspension after not immediately reporting the claims to the Department of Children's Services.
Yesterday, a school bus crashed in Warren County, leaving 11 students injured. The crash happened while students were returning to Hickory Creek Elementary School from a field trip. The crash was caused by a car who ran a red light and ended up hitting the side of the bus. Bobby Cox, the director of the schools in Warren County, stated that 4 students were released to their parents after an initial medical review, while no serious injuries have been reported.
2 construction workers spent their afternoon trapped in the trenches. Just south of downtown Nashville, firefighters were called to the scene to rescue one man who was stuck up to his knees and another who had to be completely dug out. Both workers were sent to the hospital with minor injuries.
And federal funding might just cure Tennessee's state of addiction. The Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services will receive $6 million in federal funding to provide medication-assisted treatment targeted towards veterans, military members, and women of childbearing age for opioid addiction. Funding will provide treatment for poorly insured residents in Davidson, Hardin, Lewis, Shelby, Sullivan, and Washington counties. Funding for the program starts on September 30th and will run until 2020.
High school students have been found to be passing around a lot more than just notes. The 2016-2017 school year saw an alarming number of drug confiscations in Metro Nashville public schools, the highest number being found at Hunter's Lane with 19, while Martin Luther King Jr. High had the least with 0. A school executive officer found a relation between higher confiscations at schools that are located in communities with more availability to drugs. Nashville had previously launched a citywide campaign to address drug availability.
Are you confident in defending yourself against an active shooter? Franklin Police will be hosting 2 free active shooter response seminars to help prepare citizens for active shooter situations. 2 sessions will be held at the Franklin Police Department headquarters on Thursday, September 28th from 9 to 10:30 and Tuesday, October 3rd from 6 to 7:30 p.m. In order to attend either one of those seminars, registration is required beforehand, and a form for that registration is available online at www.franklintennessee.gov.
Last night, I saw a car crash occur here in Murfreesboro, and we have the exclusive. A car that was traveling down Alumni Drive toward Rutherford hopped the curb of the median and collided with a tree. The driver said that she started to turn prematurely and didn't see the curb until it was too late. First responders arrived on the scene after calling 911, and the driver was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And another string of car break-ins on campus have hit MTSU. According to filed police reports, 8 students' cars were broken into this past weekend in and near the Greek Row parking lot. While some valuable items like wallets, social security cards, and pictures were stolen from cars, others reported that the suspects somehow found a way to unlock their locked car door to gain entry, but then did not steal anything of value. But overall, these break-ins made those living on the row feel very uncomfortable.
Just like, it's so scary, honestly, just to know that those are the people that could potentially be like walking around where I'm sleeping at night.
And the security footage from that night is being reviewed this weekend. We will keep you updated about developments in this story.
Well, that's pretty scary.